Hey guys, how's it going? Brandon here and welcome back to some more NSTL for you guys. This is week 2. I am your coach of Portsmeowth. After a shaky week 1, we're hoping to come back this week with a win. This week we're playing DFP, or the Drunk Fraternity of Pikachus. And since week 1 didn't go to plan, this week we definitely, or when I say we, me and Jack sat down for a good, I'd say 2 hours. And prepped out a game plan, prepped out a team of what I wanted to do, which was really helpful because it put me in a good mindset going into the game of what I wanted to do. But of course, then going with a game plan, if the game plan goes wrong, your whole mindset goes out the window and things don't go as planned. That might be foreshadowing something. So let's quickly go through the team before we get today's battle underway. So first up, we have Thunderous Theron, the expert bolt holding Volt Absorb, with Thunderbolt, Nuzplot, Psychic, U-Turn. We were going back and forth between Salamence and Thunderous literally the entire 2.5 hours. I'd say for the first 2 hours, we had Salamence down. We had Salamence down to be here, but in the end, we sort of Jack turned around to me and said, "Thunderous clears up after things are gone. After a few things are gone, he really does." So that's why we got Nasty Plot on there. Psychic. Obviously hits the... let me go through his team quick. That's something I haven't done yet. Let me quickly go through his team. He's got Landorus, Incarnate, Dragonite, Entei, Mega Venusaur, Bronzong, Vaporeon, Mimikyu, Necrozma, and Absol. Mimikyu and Absol are the Z move users. After a brilliant win first week that he got against Ellie, Mimikyu got the 5 kills. That was something we need to beef on. Of course, Landorus, Incarnate is scary. It's sheer force. It's why it's an Ubersmon. Dragonite, Entei, Mega Venusaur. That is a scary first 4 mons. Bronzong is bulk, Vaporeon is bulk, Absol can be a really big Z move user, it can just hit something hard. Necrozma is of course scary. How we got Necrozma that late I do not know. Mimikyu with Disguise can be absolutely brutal. So yeah, I was very worried going into this game. But one thing me and Jack noticed straight away is that he only has 2 reasons to get rid of hazards. And that's Landorus and Dragonite, which is defog on either. And we thought it would be very, very weird and very good prep on his part if he did bring defog on one of them. Which is where we'll go into Team Fortress a little bit. But yeah, so Thunderbolt, of course, hits Dragonite equally, hits Entei equally. Mega Venusaur, we've got the Psychic, Bronzong, Thunderbolt, Vaporeon, Thunderbolt, Mimikyu, Thunderbolt, Necrozma, Thunderbolt. So it just hits really hard stab moves on everything apart from Landorus. And at +2, I 2-hit KO with Psychic on the Landorus. It is a speed tie, which is why we are max speed Timid, because if he is max speed Landorus as well, it's a speed tie. So I needed to do that to be able to at least speed tie with the Landorus, because if he does go for a rock type move, that is going to hurt. We went with the expert bat in the end just for that little bit extra damage. It was either that or the rock berry, so I could take a rock type move. But I decided to go for more of the power in the end because I don't feel like his switching for Thunderous would be Landorus. I feel like it would be his Mega Veno or Bronzong, or maybe Necrozma if it goes specially defensive. So yeah, so that's the spread there. Pretty standard just to be able to speed tie with Landorus. Next up we got Team Fortress, our Fortress, funny enough, with the Cuts Up Berry sturdy. So basically what the Cuts Up Berry does is if I'm below a 0.25% of health, it'll pop, and I get to move first. So that's why I've got the, with the sturdy, of course, if I go down my sturdy, the Cuts Up Berry will pop. So the game plan here was to lead with Fortress, get stealth rocks and as many layers of spikes up as possible, either let Team Fortress go down or either Volt Switch out if I want to, or just go bang. So that was the plan there. That's why we went max attack, adamant nature, just because if I wanted to go bang, it would really fucking hurt. A bit in a HP and defense, not that it really mattered where it went because this thing really was kind of just fodder at the beginning of the game, just to get hazards up because that's was our game plan going into it. Next up we got Sneck, our superior. The reason we're bringing this thing this week is because it naturally outspeeds everything on his team. I have the fastest mon this week, with superior base being base 113, with Leaf Storm, HP Ice, Defog and Glare. Of course, contrary, we went with lefties just to have a bit more there. With that speed, I naturally outspeed everything at max speed, which is brilliant. The rest into max special attack and the rest into HP, just for a little extra bulk. Leaf Storm, of course, with the contrary, will get me at +2 every time I use it. HP Ice, of course, hits Landorus, hits Mega Veno, hits Dragonite. Vaporeon doesn't really take Leaf Storm. The only thing that really walls my this thing is Bronzong. I would say everything else sort of just dies really. But even then, if I just keep using Leaf Storm on Bronzong, it would slowly get me a +2, then +3, 4, blah 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 blah. So I could really just do a massive load of damage with that. And of course I have Defog on here just in case I wanted late game if he sets up rocks and it's going to hurt my as you can see Incineroar, or if it hurts a Thunderous, that could be a problem. I could get rid of them if I no longer need all the layers up. I can sort of finish really. I can get rid of it, and Glare in case I want to just paralyze anything that might be a problem. If I could paralyze the Landorus, that'd be incredible, because it means that Thunderous would guarantee outspeed, because he doesn't have, from what I can see on the team, doesn't have like a Heal Bell user or anything like that, unless Vaporeon gets it. But I don't think he'd bring it, in all honesty, because I don't think he'd prep me to bring status. So yeah, the only thing I really can't touch here is the Entei. That's my biggest thing against Superiors. I can't really touch the Entei, but if that's gone, we won't have a problem. Next up, we decided to go Resto Chesto, Crystal, our Suicune, Raw, basically, because if I do set up those hazards, I can actually go into Suicune. Suicune walls a lot of his team, being specially defensive. I going on the Entei, I force the Landorus out, the Vaporeon I beat one-on-one with Toxic, Mimikyu is sort of the thing that hits me hard, but then with my HP investment, I still take a hit quite well, and I can just roar it out. And I don't even need to get rid of the skies, because if I got 2 layers of spikes and rocks up, I can do quite a bit of damage to it just roaring each time. Scald, Rest, Toxic, or Scald if I want to get the burn. Of course I do have Toxic there, so I'll be careful. I'll Resto Chesto if I just want to heal up. And of course it will wake me up first turn, so I can just keep going. Which is really the just 4 in special attack, just to boost that Scald up a little bit. But yeah, we're just massively specially defensive for this in this set. Next up, we got JBL Incineroar, our Choice Band Intimidate Incineroar. We were doing calcs, and this thing hits fucking hard with a Choice Band, and I mean really fucking hard. This thing really does the work to his team. Darkest Lariat hits absolutely everything Choice Banded, and it means things like Necrozma can't set up iron defenses on it, which was one of the reasons why we bought Darkest Lariat and Knockoff, was in case he wants to set up any defenses with like Bronzong or Necrozma. It forces the Bronzong out straight away every time it's in. Earthquake is for the Entei. Darkest Lariat does a shit ton to Megavino, and it just hits massively fucking hard. That's why we've gone max attack, enough speed to outspeed fully invested. I want to say, what was it for? I think it was to outspeed 0 invested Megavino and Vaporeon. I think that's around there. It's been a few days. But it's around that sort of reasoning behind. Is that much speed, max attack, adamant nature, the rest into HP, 4 in each defense, because what the fuck not. So yeah, Darkest Lariat, U-turn for initiative in case I want to get the fuck up out, which I can do. If I want to just go in, hit a Choice Band. I got Intimidate as well, which will be very useful against like the Landorus, the Dragonite, the Entei, the Mimikyu as well. I force out the Mimikyu with this thing. So this is going to be a crucial part this week. And then finally we've got Hexgod, our Jirachi. This thing was sort of just like the last sort of thing that we wanted to bring. Iron Head, Ice Punch, Wish, U-turn. Sort of like a Wish protector sort of thing. So Wish, then U-turn the fuck out. Ice Punch, of course, hits Dragonite, Landorus, Megavino really hard. Iron Head will do some work against things like Mimikyu, Necrozma, just because I can also get Serene Grace. U-turn, of course, hits that Absol Necrozma super effectively. The only thing that really walls this thing, like I said, is Bronzong, because we're both still psychic. We can't really touch each other. But I feel like I would win in the end because of Wish. But that's if it was a 1v1. We've got max HP, enough speed to outspeed everything apart from Lando. At max speed, I think that is. And then the rest we put into attack just to do a little bit extra damage. Right, so that is the team. We've got Thunderous, Team Fortress, from Thunderous, Fortress, Superior, Suicune, Incineroar, and Jirachi. I'm going to quickly get rid of his team. Just make sure that OBS isn't flipping out on me. It looks to be fine. I had to lower the quality. I've already tried to record this once yesterday, and basically I was trying to do it at fucking full 980 by fucking 128, and it was just glitching out. So I've lowered it back down to 1280 by 720. It's still HD, but my computer just can't fucking handle it, which means I need an upgrade my computer at some point. But with university coming up, I really can't afford a new computer right now, and it doesn't work for me right now. So if we go into the battle right here, as you can see, the team he decided to bring was Dragonite, Vaporeon, Bronzong, Landorus, Mimikyu, and Megavino. I've put it on slow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start it here. I'm going to switch sides and reset the battle. So you're on our, so as you can see, we're on my side with Thundurus, Fortress, Superior, Suicune, Incineroar, and Jirachi. Now, first up, of course, my game plan was to go straight into Fortress. He leads with Dragonite straight away, so I really wanted to see what he just went for, and he went for the Fire Blast. I was like, okay, so he's special Dragonite, but that obviously hurts, but it means I'm going to be able to get on my rocks and a set of spikes as well. My cuts at Berry Pops, I say good luck, have fun. I get my spikes, I'm thinking, okay, this is really good, and then boom, he hits Defog. That is my complete game plan out the fucking window. So straight away, I was told by 3 people that he wouldn't bring Defog, and he brought Defog. So from the get-go, basically, I didn't know what to do here, so I just sacked it. And so basically, we're starting this battle. Starting this battle. He has a Dragonite out, and I've literally bought 5 mons. That's all I've done. I bought 5 mons. Fortress did fuck all. But he did what he was going to do. If he didn't have Defog, he would have done exactly what I wanted him to do, so I can't really mind about that. So straight away, I go into my Suicune, and of course, like I said, I've already tried to record this once. And watching this back, some of my plays with Suicune were really weird. And this was one of them. I don't know why I just didn't click Ice Beam here. I'm guessing I was expecting... I don't know what I was expecting, because as you see, I clicked Scald here. Why I didn't click Ice Beam? Because if I click Scald and he goes into Vaporeon, he has Water Absorb, Ice Beam hits 3 of his things hard, but I clicked Scald. So he goes into Mega Venusaur. Obviously, I've got to go straight into Incineroar just to like force it out. He goes for that. He goes for the Sludge Bomb. He goes for the Hidden Power. I'm guessing that was Hidden Power Fire. I'm guessing he was expecting my Jirachi to come in. I go for the Dark Lariat, and that does big damage. I was expecting him to switch. He goes for the Sludge Bomb, does 50% and gets the Poison. Now that's huge. Because of the Poison, after Poison, I'm now in range of Extreme Speed. Before, I was not. I don't think I was anyway, unless he's banded, which we know he's not because he's gone Fire Blast and then E-Speed, which means he's mixed, which means he's not physically, fully physical attacking. Unless he is, and he literally brought Fire Blast for the Fortress. But yeah, so the Poison really sucks. Typical, my luck in this game. Yeah, I'm literally just going to click Darkest Lariat again. The fact that he goes into Dragonite is brilliant. He knows that I'm in rage of E-Speed after another Poison. But I decided to save it and go into Hax God because he hasn't got rocks up yet, which means I can do something else. So I go into Victini expecting the Extreme Speed, who I take that like an absolute fucking boss. And then I click the Ice Punch just because in case he wanted to stay in and click Fire Blast. But he goes into Bronzong knowing full well that this thing 1v1 we just would be in a massive stall battle forever. So I go for the Wish as he sets up the rocks. Now JBL is now useless, and I'm thinking fuck. I need to get Superior in and Defog goes away. I go into Thundurus knowing that I'm going to heal back the rocks damage as he goes for the Earthquake. So Superior or Thundurus was really a good play there. Looking back, I kind of wish I went into Serp and did more. He goes for the Gyro. Apparently, from what he said in his after battle report, he calculated that to do way more than it actually did. So I don't know why it did so little unless he got a min roll. I just go straight for the Nasty Plot. I'm literally in mood to just destroy now. I'm literally just Nasty Plot, fuck you. Here's he goes for the Gyro. I kind of wish I clicked it, but actually no, I did. Luckily I didn't click it again because he goes for the Toxic. You know, if he would have missed that, it would have been brilliant because it would have been GG, near enough. And for some reason, is he outspeeding me right now? No, he's not. Okay, I'm looking at this and thinking, is he out? No, I went for a Psychic. That's why I'm thinking. Is he outspeeding me right now? I went for the Psychic a few turns ago, expecting him to switch. And of course, he goes into Dragonite now and clicks E-Speeding and just kills me. Bringing E-Speed on his was a really good bring on his part. So I go into Superior. I go for the Glare just to paralyze it. I know he's got the Fire Blast. It doesn't kill me, luckily. That's why I feel like he had some into... I know he's going to go click E-Speed here to kill me. So I go into Suicune. Luckily, I get the paralyzation, so he doesn't take me down. So go into the... he goes... And again, I click Scald. I don't know why I didn't click Ice Beam there. Of course, it wouldn't have done as much because he's protected by using that. He's going to click Raw here. I have to get the Toxic off. Trying to get Incineroar out, I'm guessing, to kill it. Superior was kind of unlucky on his case because it means I can now do massive amounts of damage to something with a Leaf Storm. And it is 73. Obviously, I'm going to die to a Scald anyway, but that was my play because even if I switch out, I switch back in, I die to Rocks. So Superior goes down. So next up, we have... Jirachi coming in. I just wanted to try and kill this thing. I know an Iron Head wouldn't kill. I was sort of just hoping for the flinch, which I do actually get. So the Toxic can take it down, which means Suicune gets a kill with the Toxic, which was nice. You know, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. At this point, it is really... he takes down my Jirachi. He goes for the sub, expecting me to switch, I'm guessing. I just go straight for the Ice Punch. I know an Earth Power kills, but I can't live with anything else. This Landorus just absolutely just kills me at the end of the game. So I go into Suicune. I think I can take one at this range, but I need a crit Scald to be able to take out this Landorus, and it's literally for differential in this case. I could have gone for the Resto Chesto there. Actually, if I did go for Resto Chesto, I probably could have killed this Landorus, so to make it a 3-0. But I decided just to go full out. I don't know how much the Skull would do. I only GG'd him because the Rocks are going to kill me. And unfortunately, we lose 4-0 to DFP. This isn't going so well, is it? It's going a lot worse than I thought it would do. My game plan went straight out the window right at the beginning. And I literally talked to him after the game, and he was like, well, it was obvious you were going to bring... hazards, because my team's massively weak to it. So it was obvious that you were going to do that. And it's sort of like... Wow, great. Fucking brilliant. So, yeah. So it's obvious I was going to bring hazards. Of course, it would seem obvious to other people, but to us, for setting up for the battle, it didn't seem so obvious. So, yeah, that's unfortunately a 4-0 loss. So we're now 0-2. Good game to DFP, though. He's very new to battling, so the fact that he was able to pull that off and predict that was really good on his part. But yeah, so next week we're going up against Jack or Norwich Skiddy. So the guy that normally helps me prep and knows my team really well because he helps me prep, I've now got a battle. So I'm really not looking forward to next week. So I'm expecting another loss, in all honesty. But hey ho, we will get one win this season. I promise you that. We will get at least one. I want at least one. The way the season's going at the moment, I'll be happy with one. Yeah, but thank you so much for watching the video, guys. If you did enjoy, make sure you hit that like button down below for us. So support towards the channel and this series. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button as well. Check out the links in the description to all the other coaches in the league. But with that said, I'm going to get out of here, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace!